We are looking at factoring here, and we're going to follow a couple steps in order to do that. And basically, the first step is we want to look for any common factors. So we're looking for any common factors. We look at number one, and we can divide all of this by 5. And so if we factor 5 out, we still have our 5 on the outside of the parentheses. 5m squared divided by 5 is m squared. 45 divided by, or 45m divided by 5 is 9m. And 70 divided by 5 is 14. So we have, first thing is look for any common factors. We did that. The next thing is make the a value positive. So in this case, we do have a positive a value, which is 1. And then the next thing we can do is we can look for the sum and product, or basically just guess and check. So the only numbers that we know that are going to multiply to m squared are going to be m and m. So the first term of the first binomial has to be m, and the first term of the second binomial also has to be m. And then we have our 5. So now we're on to product and sum. And we need to come up with two numbers that are going to multiply to 14, and they're going to add to 9. So 14, right off the bat, I'm thinking should be 7 multiplied by 2. All right, so 7 multiplied by 2, that does work. And then if we check to see if it works for addition, 2 plus 7, that is 9. So 7 times 2 works. So when we substitute these in, we keep the signs in front of them, and we get 7 and 2, and they're both positive. So we leave those both positive, and that's our solution for that. We can check it if we want. We can distribute and see, but that is the solution for that one. The next one, you're going to follow the same process. The first step, look for any common terms. We got a 1, a 3, and a 4, so that doesn't work. The next step is make the a value positive. So the leading coefficient, in this case, our leading coefficient is -1. So in order to make that positive, we have to factor a negative 1 out of this whole thing. So I'm going to divide this whole thing by -1. And so we factored the -1 out. So the -1 goes outside of the parentheses. X squared divided by -1 is x squared. And then the positive signs both change to negative. So we'll have -3m and -4. The next thing, we check to see if we have a leading coefficient that's positive, and inside the parentheses we do. The leading coefficient is 1 again. And so the next thing that we're going to come to is the sum and product, or guess and check. So when I substitute that in, or the only two values that can multiply together to get me x squared are going to be x and x. And I still have to bring down the -1. And now we're doing the sum and product, and I need to multiply to -4. So I'm thinking, usually when I see 4 on there, jump right away, I go to 2, 2, and 2. So 2, but it has to be -4, so let's try -2. So 2 times -2, that is equal to -4. But if we add them together, that's equal to 0. So 2 and -2 don't work. Next thing I'll try, if I'm thinking, all right, 1 and 4. 1 and 4 also work. So, but it has to be negative, and it has to add to -3. So when it's all said and done, the bigger number has to be negative. So which number is bigger? The 4 is bigger. So that's negative. 1 times -4, that is equal to -4. And 1 plus, if we add them together, 1 plus -4 is -3. And so we can substitute these values in here, and it's +1 and -4. So those are the factored form for each of these expressions.